It's January 1st, and my goals this year are different from any other year before, and there's only one reason why, and that reason is Gracie University. Let me explain. Last year, of course, I made a goal. I want to lose weight. I want to earn my blue belt. I hope I'm going to get to the next level of my training. I hope I'm going to progress. I hope my instructor sees my hard work. I hope my instructor sees my potential. I hope. My entire strategy of goal setting in previous years was based on hope. Hoping my instructor would give me what I wanted, hoping my instructor would see my progress or my potential, hoping my instructor would recognize me. And this year, I don't have to hope. And the reason why I don't have to hope is because I have a freaking plan. Well, maybe not me, but Gracie University has a plan. I was texting with the homeboy Travis. We were going back and forth and talking about goals and plans for 2025. First things first, I lost a ton of weight in 2024. I lost 33 pounds in 2024. So one of my goals is to continue my weight loss progress and get smaller, get fitter, move better, be healthier. That's one of my goals. I have a plan for that. My plan's been working. I feel good about that. But when it comes to jiu-jitsu, part of me feels like, well, you can't really plan for that. You can't really plan for progress because it's not up to you. At least it wasn't up to me. So here's the tricky part. When I think about my plans for 2025 when it comes to jiu-jitsu, now that I'm at Gracie University, I plan, one of my goals is to earn a stripe. I've never been striped before. My old school didn't do stripes. You just showed up. If you look at my white belt, there are 0 stripes on that sucker, having trained for 2+ years. Never got a stripe. So never knew my progress, never knew where I stood. Just keep showing up. And so now I'm going to be in a situation where I can get stripes. As a matter of fact, I know exactly how many classes I have to attend in order to earn a stripe. And then if I attend those classes more, I get more stripes and more stripes and more stripes. And some of you are hating. Some of you right now are thinking attendance-based stripes are for suckers. And I would have agreed with you before. I kind of still agree with you. I think stripes should be earned with progress and showing potential and showing that you understand and know the techniques. But really, there's no way to guarantee that unless you have some rolling. And since Gracie University, Gracie Combatives doesn't have rolling, I think attendance is the only way they can kind of keep track. Because like I said, I just did the Komodo class for the second time, and my eyes were open to new and improved or interesting ideas or details that I didn't catch before. So I think if you actually go 2, 3, 4 times, you can't help but grow in your understanding. You can't help but grow in your processing and your application of the techniques. Even without the rolling, I think if you attend on a regular, consistent basis, you go 2, 3, 4 times, you will improve. And so getting a stripe after 20 classes or whatever, 40 classes, 60 classes, whatever it is, I'm excited about that because I now know that if I show up, remember that whole keep showing up thing? If I keep showing up, if I apply myself, I keep showing up, I put in the work, I will be rewarded with a stripe or 2 or 3 or 4. And then if after I've completed my stripes, after I've done my reflex development and these different things, I have an opportunity to earn my Combatives belt. How? Well, it's not up to the instructor, the Master Yoda move where he gets to look at you and say, you're finally ready. Can you snatch the pebble from my hand, right? Instead of that, there's clear criteria. Do you know how wonderful that is to know that you have a certain standard to meet? You have to perform these techniques in this order, in this sequence, and then we're going to judge you, not just one person judging you, but actually 2 people judging you and say, yeah, you did it to the appropriate level. You earned a 95, you earned a 90, you earned whatever you got. That part of it is really amazing to me because I'm like, yo, I don't have to wonder if I can earn that belt this year. I don't have to wonder if the instructor is going to bless me with that achievement. So when I'm goal setting, I don't have to plan or dream about something that isn't tangible. I get to be in control of my progress and my training. And if I do well in my progress and my training, I should be able to pass the freaking test. Do you know how mind-blowing that is for me? I've been waiting for the last 2-3 years to get promoted Well, not waiting, but hoping to get promoted over the last 2 or 3 years with no clue as to where I was in the process. As a matter of fact, you've heard this before. You're not supposed to ask your instructor where you're at or how close you are to promotion. But when you go to Gracie University, all the guesswork is taken out of it with those little attendance cards. I know how close I am to the next stripe. I know how close I am to being ready to take the test, at least strategically. If I get to the point where I've taken the appropriate amount of classes and I don't feel confident, if my instructor and I review all the things in the test and I'm not getting it or I'm not performing to that standard, I can go back and work on those things that I'm missing because I have that clear criteria. And that, for a list making, detailed, analytical person like myself, is magical. So here's the other thing. If I get the stripes, if I earn the combatives belt, then I know that I have to go for 6 more months and do the master cycle and the blue belt stripe 1 curriculum, whatever the heck it's called, to earn the blue belt. I think you have to go 6 months of master cycle to earn your blue belt. That is amazing to me. When I was talking to Travis, I thought, holy crap, I literally could be a blue belt at the end of 2025. If I go to my combatives classes, if I check off all the boxes, if I pass the test before, let's say, July, maybe June, whatever, I can then transition into the master cycle, do that for 6 months, and at the end of the freaking year, I'm a blue belt. I have literally waited years to earn that honor and the privilege of being called a blue belt. When I go to UFC gym, I've tapped out my fair share of blue belts. I'm not saying I'm better than them, but I feel like I have a good knowledge. Of course, I'm missing some things, which is why I'm at Gracie University, but dang, it's amazing to think that if I show up, that whole keep showing up thing, it keeps coming back, right? But if I show up, if I put in the work, let me just stop saying keep showing up. If I put in the work and I attend the classes and I apply myself to the point where I can complete the combatives exam with a passing score, and I continue to apply myself in the blue belt stripe 1 curriculum and go to the master cycle, that end of 6 months, I can get promoted to blue belt, like literally. To think that New Year's Eve 2025, December 31st, 2025, I could have a blue belt around my waist. This is a feeling of accomplishment, of hope, of assurity, of confidence that I've never had before. So when I thought about goal setting and making a video about goal setting, I didn't want to talk about like, oh, weight loss, whatever, sure. I didn't want to talk about like, oh, keep showing up, because I've done that before. I've said I'm going to go 3 times a week. And if I just go 3 times a week, they'll see it. They'll recognize it. They'll understand how hard I'm working, and they'll give me that promotion I've been waiting for. But clearly I wasn't ready. I admit that. But I don't have to hope anymore. How wonderful is it that instead of hoping and waiting, I have a clearly defined path of progress that can lead me to achievement. And that's why I'm making this video. Again, I'm singing the praises of Gracie University. But for people like me, if you're like me and you like to know where you stand, you like to know how you're progressing, you like to have a clear path to the finish line, this approach feels magical. So I got a couple other things that are in my goal plan, but I'm going to leave it at that. I want to earn my stripes. I want to pass that combatives test with the 95 or higher. And I want to get through the blue belt stripe 1 curriculum, train, roll, do the master cycle for at least 6 months. And hopefully by the end of 2025, earn my freaking blue belt. Do you think I can do it? I think I can. So stay tuned. I'm going to keep making these videos. I'm going to keep reviewing my classes, reviewing my lessons. Hell, I'll post up my combatives belt test if you want. I'm here for the long haul, and I hope if you're interested and you're watching this, you're here to ride with me, because this is a wonderful new frontier to be able to make a plan, to goal set, and to have a clear objective and a clear direct path to get there. Something I've never experienced before in jiu-jitsu, and dag blame it, I'm excited. So if you're excited, tell me what your goals are down in the comments. Tell me what your plans are, your goals are, your objective is for 2025. Do you have a clear path? Do you have a linear progression, or are you just going to keep showing up? Let me know in the comments. You can follow me on social media at Chris Learns Jiu-Jitsu, and I will talk to you next time. Stay focused, stay positive, stay vigilant.